All right, what is a good game plan when defending? I mean, something to simplify what to do when you are defending is the following. Assuming that the serve that is coming, the first serve is heavy. So my advice is that you return low back to the server. Why to the server? Because the server is coming from the back. The server is moving from back to forward. Yeah. When the other guy, which is the net guy, is already at the net. So the first thing we gotta focus on is to return back to the server and trying to put the ball low or on the feet. Now, after that, I want you to change your focus on judging what kind of volley he's giving you. If the volley is a good volley, close to the line, close to your feet, heavy, continue with a low defense. Why? Because if the ball is difficult and you attempt to play a lob, probably the lob is not going to be a proper one. So then you're going to get hurt after that. So if the ball is good, continue with low shots until you get a ball in which you can play a lob. What kind of ball you should wait for to play a lob? You have two options. A ball that is not as heavy or as deep, that allows you to move back and lean back and extend the court. Or, even better, a ball from the glass that allows me to open my racket face, get under the ball, and use my legs to play an aggressive lob. After that, do you need to run all the way to the net? No, hopefully not. Hopefully, after your lob, you start moving forward a bit and observe what's happening. If the lob passes the players, of course I want you to go forward, yeah, all the way to your net position. But if the lob or if the player is attempting to hit an overhead, well, stay back, closer to the line, so you can be ready for whatever overhead the player is giving you. Then, what are the options you might have with the overhead? Well, if the ball is short, yeah, if the overhead that you are receiving is short, you can try to approach and crash the net. Second, if the overhead is closer to the line, probably you should take it on the rise. Third, if the overhead is going to the sidewall, you can either anticipate that ball or let it enter, but because it hit the first side panel, you're going to take it after one rebound. Fourth, if the ball is deep enough that it hits the second side panel, you have two options. You can either spin, yes, or you can play an inside-out backhand, yes. And third one, if the ball is coming on your inner leg, if the ball came far from your leg, I probably will just open and hit a forehand inside out. But if the ball is coming closer to my leg, I will consider the option of spinning. Now, to me, you should be patient defending low, and when you have a ball in which you can invest in a good lob, do it. After that lob, you need to judge if you pass the players, you go forward. If you don't pass them, keep defending and keep applying this over and over again. For example, if the bandeja that you are receiving wasn't that aggressive, well, continue with the lob. Be more insisting on trying to pass the players. Again, I couldn't pass them. Okay, another one. Play another lob. Oh, I passed them. I go all the way forward. So remember that the more you let the opponents volley, the more they will hurt you. Yes? So, of course, you are not going to play only lobs, because many times with your lob, you are going to achieve a big gap in the front of the player. So sometimes it's good to use that gap, yeah? Especially when the player is expecting another lob from you, maybe it's going to pause in the transition area. So then the gap that you should use is in the front. And meaning you can play to the feet, or even more aggressive, you can play sometimes a little bit away to the fence, playing a little bit the angle. So mix those two things, yeah? Pay attention what is the tendency of the opponent. Are you playing someone that hits the overhead and rushes forward? then rely more on the lob. Or are you playing someone that hits the overhead and pauses in the transition area? Then maybe you need to use more the chiquita. So try to think of this when you play different opponents, but please try not to be afraid of defending. Yes, remember that what you see sometimes professionals doing as playing the lob and going in, it's because they play people that smashes from everywhere. You don't play those kind of people. They play people that don't give that many chances to play a good lob. So then whenever they connect an okay lob, they probably go forward because they probably will not have another chance to play a second lob. But you referring to recreational players, club players, you don't play people like that. So then play the ABC paddle, which is I play a lob when I have time, and then I continue insisting in that play until I get a short ball or until I pass the opponents to finally position my team at the net. Anyway, try this in your next match and let me know how it goes.